it's me.
Never
No, it's
mind.
not, it's you.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Is it me, is it?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
All right, yeah.
I think I'm developing a bit of lactose problems, guys. I think this might be a big one.
Okay.
Because I'm 45.
Is
Or about to be 45.
Is that like a typical
So,
age?
I don't know.
Is
Is
or
it?
You're just,
I'm 45, I can't drink milk. I can't sit for long periods of time.
I think you have ADHD.
I've got to wear-
I think it's
Got to wear skins on flights, like... Anyway, I'm good, sorry guys.
Okay, I obviously wrote it, so I'm pretty good as well. Give you like a 3-second delay.
Yeah. Good.
Alright, welcome everyone. Episode 13 of the closeout for 2020. James Lissaman, Community Basketball Manager.
Laurie McDaniel, Development Officer.
And Clive Bowman, General Manager.
Yeah, so we've heard from the government, obviously another 2 weeks at least at level 2 for us. So just want to thank everyone for following the procedures as much as they possibly can, having the team groups pre-planned so there's no spectators showing up thinking they're going to be able to watch a game and find out actually I'm not on the list with the team, and embarrassing situation for them. And just probably the only thing that some of our floor controllers said was just to remind your teams to exit as soon as they possibly can. Obviously, if you're on duty, please stay there and do your duty, but the rest of the team, grab your stuff, go outside. If you have to take your shoes off, please do it there, because the time just adds up throughout the rest of the day. But overall, tremendous job in 2 weeks, and then hopefully we can forget about this.
Well, it's still hopefully.
Yes.
It's, yeah, it can be a little irritating, I suppose, for players, but we've got to remember we're actually playing basketball.
Yeah, we are.
And we've played basketball all season here practically, and you look at Auckland, it's shut down,
Yeah.
and they've missed probably 4 Saturdays of a
Yeah.
truncated season again, and we've played it, so you can't really complain. And yeah, from me, big shout out to floor controllers.
Yeah.
We've obviously spent a lot of time putting protocols into place to ensure we can play at level 2.
Yeah.
But it's really down to those floor controllers that we have on a Saturday morning, and you guys as the team here to make sure that they're implemented, so we don't have any interruptions to our season because we haven't complied. So
Yeah.
great work, guys, and keep it up for the next 2 weekends, and then hopefully we're through it.
Yes, definitely.
So moving on to last weekend, when I wasn't here, things were happening. So the Miles Toyota Women's Premier League, we got Lincoln University, we're up 32-22 at half time, but clamped down in the second half. Hallswell only shot 15 out of 65 to score 38, with Alice Sproat getting 10 of those. And the 31-6 run to start the second half, with Brittany Richards 28 and Lauren Hippolyte 20, both scoring well, meant the final result, Lincoln University 70, Hallswell 28.
Right. Second game of the day there for Prems, we had University of Canterbury versus North Canterbury, and there's a lot of offence in this game, everybody. Lots of offence. Which is fantastic, getting buckets. Hannah Mashevsky for UC had 16, and it was only a 4-point game at the half, but North Canterbury came away there with some massive scoring numbers. Ezra McGoldrick had 37 for the game, and Mary Goulding came away with the big 53 points there. So between Ezra and Mary, they had 70 points
I think
in
they
the
had
game.
90.
Oh yes, they did have 90. I don't know why I said 70. Math's not my thing. So 90 points between two players there. Tessa Morrison also for UC had 40, so some big scoring going on there. But North Canterbury came away with a 117-87 victory in the second Miles Toyota Women's Prem game.
And I think I've made a mistake on the note saying Hallswell only had 28. I think they scored a few more than that. So
It was 38, I think.
It was 38,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, Clive. For
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't here.
Miles Toyota Premier Men's League. Checkers against Lincoln University. Pretty much going into this, Checkers knew this was a must-win game to try and keep their playoff hopes alive, and it looked like it was going to go their way. Toby Galuli could hardly miss in the first half. Finished with 28 points and 9 rebounds to help put them up 15 early in the game. Sam Smith, 14 points and 11 rebounds. Former Lincoln player before Wolverines. Back to Lincoln, back to Wolverines, to Checkers, I think he's been. But second half, tide started turning. Ben Bowie, 14 points, 22 rebounds, including some key ones down the stretch. And Ben Hall, 17 points, scored the final 5 points of the game. And the number I want you to remember here is 19. 19 seconds was the entire length of time that Lincoln led in this game by one solitary point. And luckily for them, it was the final 19 seconds of the game. So they won 67-66 in a massive comeback for them. And Ben Bowie was named MVP for his efforts, offensive rebounds, scoring when needed in that game there.
Can I just say, is that the second time that we don't have 20 points from a certain player?
I think it's 3 in a row. So he's high.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm
It's
disappointed.
actually going down as well.
I'm not saying I'm disappointed, but
I think it could be forgiven with that final 5
Yes.
points.
yeah.
Yes,
also,
yeah.
but they're getting wins too, aren't they?
They
They're
are,
winning
so-
some games. So Tyler, good on you. Good job. Yeah.
In the Premier Men, Pioneer used a solid game from Nick Irwood to be up by double figures in the first half. But UC knew they were basically in a must-win game, so responded with an 11-zip run that spanned the half-time break to grab the lead. Josh Peterman, 21 points, 9 assists, starting this run off. Pioneer's Taylor Britt with 29 points, 8 assists and 8 rebounds, crikey.
Yeah.
Helped them gain the lead 5 times in the second half, and they were up 79-78 after a layup. But Jack Exeter's 21 led the final UC charge, a 28 finish to finish the game, with UC grinding out a 99-86 win, and Josh Peterman being named the game MVP. So go UC, starting to come onto form.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Starting to hit form just at the right time of the season.
Yes, no, there may be some teams up the standings hoping that they fall over somewhere along the way, but I mean, there's no easy teams to beat anyway, to hope to let miss out.
Yeah, that's good. Last game here, we had North Canterbury were also in a must-win game, and they grabbed an early lead over Atami, which they kept the rest of the game. So Ethan Rusbatch with 26, 9 and 9 was named MVP, and Atami closed the game to 5 midway through the fourth, with Kurt Fenion having 22, Ben Williams 19 and 7 rebounds, but Nat Connell scored 7 of his 18 points with 9 assists to cement the win and deal Atami their first loss of the season. Again, great to see the senior mature members of the basketball community still going strong in that game, and good to see Tall Blacks playing in our club competition as well with Taylor and Ethan, so great job.
Yep, Glory League game of the week, Men's Division 1 Checkers versus Wolverines Black. Bob Weatherford, who's put a lot of time into coaching in the Checkers and Papanui teams, uses his veteran savvy here to get the defence off balance with a nice fake and score inside, despite being a bit shorter than his opposing defender. Salim Richards, 15 points for Wolverines. He got on the board with this putback after quite a bit of contact with Oscar Hooper. You'll see he was clearly inside the no-charge circle, so good no call by the referees there. Mark Ritchie, big 3, put the Wolverines up 8, but that was their last field goal of the game. They did score 8 more points, all from the free throw line. So the score was 56-54 in Wolverines' favour. Gavin Torres, a big time 3 here to put him up to 11 points to give Checkers a 1-point lead. And then final possession for Wolverines to try and get a win here. Josh Briones' clutch defensive play, blocks the 3-point attempt, gets the rebound, wins the game 57-56 for Checkers. Tell by the celebration that they're very happy, and that's because that's win number 1 for them. So great time to have it and great effort for the Checkers team to get that.
Nice. We had some rep camps going on the weekend, so under 15s and under 17 rep camps took place, and we want to thank club, high school and rep coaches all for working together to provide the best possible experience for those rep kids during their camp. And thanks to Mel Downer for her organisation and for getting that all sorted, working collaboratively with James, so for loading purposes for those athletes, they get a good rep camp experience.
And let's just hope the Nationals go ahead.
Yes,
then.
definitely, yes.
Because they put in a lot of work towards it.
No,
And it'll be a big decision BBNZ are going to make in a week or so's time as to whether it goes ahead, be it level 2 or level 1 or
Yes.
wherever you are in the country. So hopefully that goes ahead for them. Moving on to this Saturday, 29th of August, we've got the Miles Thursday Premier League games. In the women's division at 10:12, we've got North Canterbury 9-0, locked into the number 1 spot for the finals now, and go direct to a final, obviously versus Holswell, who are 1-8 and have got to start performing if they want to have a chance of reaching the playoffs. Lincoln University will play Canterbury University on Cowles 2, and obviously they're, I think, slotted into a semi-final spot.
Lincoln's
as well.
number 2 regardless, and then it's UC or Hallswell depending how the next 3 rounds go.
The way basketball leagues work is still a mystery to me, and I'm still trying to understand it, but I kind of get that one. So so we got North Canterbury in first place, and we'll go direct to a final, and Lincoln is definitely second, and we'll go direct to a semi-final.
Yep.
It's just a question of who they play.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. We've got that, thank goodness. Okay, going to the men's side of things, we've got Gators 5 and 4 against UC 4 and 6, Pioneer 6 and 4 against Atami 8 and 1, and the final game of the day will be North Canterbury versus Checkers. So we'll see how the Thursday.
And Checkers aren't mathematically out of the running, and they're not eliminated, but they do need 3 to 4 other game situations to kind of fall their way to make themselves eligible.
Yes, including they have to win each of their final 3 games, along with those other 3 or potentially 4.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
So doable.
Yes.
Doable.
Well, it is doable because, in fairness to Checkers, they lose games by the narrowest of margins.
Yes, yep, no.
You know, and 19 seconds is a long time in basketball, isn't it?
Yep, it is. So we may be here in 3 weeks' time saying tick, 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 and
It is possible. It is possible.
McDonald's Thompson and Whelan Trophy. We're filming this the day after games, thanks to Laurie McDaniel's great idea. Christ College and St Andrews are both locked into going to nationals as the 1 and 2 seed after having good wins last night. They will play Tuesday next week, and the winner of that will be number 1 seed from the Canterbury region, loser number 2. And then joining them kind of in the potential for that, St Bede's, they get a win, they're in, and they're due to play Shirley next Tuesday. However, Cashmere and Middleton all have Cashmere and Middleton will play, so both of those games, if St Bede's loses, it could be Middleton, it could be Shirley, it could be St Bede's going in the number 3 slot, all depending on which teams win and lose, assuming St Bede's doesn't take care of business, and then the margin of victory for all those teams. So a few permutations here of what could possibly...
I think that's great though, right? The competition's close and you've got to play all the way to the end.
Ben Sheep messaged and said, like, there's been fantastic basketball played, especially in the top 6, so feels that it's the right ramp up for his one. In the lower half, qualifying for the local quarterfinals in Division 1, Christchurch Boys High and Rangiora are through in some order there, and they'll play 3 and 4 in the top 6 in a quarterfinal match up there in a couple of weeks. So they've kind of got a week where they can work on some things, knowing that they're safely through. And then on the girls' side, not finalised yet, but highly likely that it's going to be Middleton Grange, Ashburton, St Andrews and Rangiora in our local semi-finals.
No, you're right.
Not mathematically finalised, but pretty likely at this point in time.
So my player of the week is Jaden Chan with the no-look wraparound pass to his flatmate Bam Bowie for 2.
I think he passed it around 2 defenders, which was...
Well, it was quite a good hook around those 2 defenders when you look at it, but...
yes.
Nice.
And did well to stay and play, I think, as well.
Very much.
Good work, Jaden. My player of the week is Imka Black. She drives to the hoop on the left side, but down the middle in a big scooping... I'm not sure if you'd call this like a windmill hook or what situation finish you would call it, but it's a nice right-hand finish in the paint over 3 defenders.
He's very, way outside your body frame.
It's not what the script said.
No, that doesn't matter. You don't have to do...
That's not how I roll, Clive.
Yes.
It's not how I roll.
My one's my literal...
mention the Hoswell defence.
Right. My player of the week is my literal neighbour who lives in the house in front of us, Artem Chinski. He gets the steal here and then goes up, throws down a nice dunk hand. Keep an eye on his teammate on the bench here, number 5, Elijah Velasco. He's jumping up and down right when Artem's still at halfway in anticipation of something exciting happening. So he was definitely rewarded. Well done, neighbour Artem. Good job.
Good work, neighbour. All right, our supporter spotlight for the week is the Rātā Foundation. As you see there, we want to thank them for all the help they give us with the programs on the eastern side of the city. So thank you very much to the Rātā Foundation.
Yeah, no, excellent. That wraps up week 13 of the closeout. Good job, good effort.
Be cool, be kind.
19 seconds.
Yes.